What's going on, everybody? My name is Christian Robert. On this channel, we talk stocks, personal finance, and wealth building. And today I wanted to share with you my 3 favorite stocks that I currently own. Now, if you've seen one of my recent videos, I did a video about the stock Realty Income and how much you can grow the dividends if you reinvest it. So obviously that is my favorite stock, I would say. If you look here, I wanted to share with you a little bit about it. It's got an 85% payout ratio, 23 years of growing that dividend, annualized payout 2.71 with the current dividend yield of 3.96. So I'm excluding this stock from the list, so I'm sharing with you 3 others of my favorite stocks. So let's jump right into this one. One of my favorite stocks, people might not know this that I own it. Maybe they do if they really follow the channel. But that is IBM. Now, IBM, see, the thing about IBM is it's an old tech company. That's what people think. You know, it's not a new sexy tech company like Apple, Facebook. You know, it's been around for a while. If you look down here, if we look at a max chart, it's been around since 1962. But you know what? What people don't understand about this company is that there's different kinds of companies. There's business to consumers, like when you buy a drink from the gas station, that's a business providing a service or a good for you, the customer. So you're purchasing that for yourself. But this is more of a business to business company, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. A lot of the things they do doesn't get talked about because it's between contracts that they have with other large businesses where they do work for them. And I just love this company. It is a newer holding of mine, but I've owned it on and off in the past when I wasn't really dialed into my strategy of investing. But now I own it. I own it for the long term. I can show you my TD Ameritrade. Right here, I own 30 shares. It's only worth $3,900, but I plan on growing this. It actually just missed its earnings, and I plan on adding a couple more shares here shortly if I am able to. But taking you on the dividend.com website, I like to look at this from time to time. So if we look at this, to me, what's most important is the payout ratio and the dividend growth. Now, it's been growing for 19 years, and it's only paying out 45.4% ratio. So that means for every $100 they bring in as profits, they're paying out 45 of those $100. And that is a very healthy and strong number, in my opinion. You know, the reason I like this is because in the event of a recession, if things were to not go as well, they could still bump that number up to please shareholders. And I just think it's a really healthy number. I will invest in a lot of stocks that have a very high payout ratio, but as you've seen, this is one of my largest holdings for a reason. Now let's jump right into the next stock, and that is, sorry, I forgot for a second, Kimberly-Clark. Now, if you are a parent, or you might have a sibling that's a infant or a baby, then you've probably seen Huggies laying around the house. As a father, I am very familiar with Huggies. Kimberly-Clark is the company that owns brands like Huggies and many companies. It's a very diverse brand. If we look at a max chart, it's been around, it's showing us 1980 here. And what's crazy is it's showing that in 1981, this was worth $4.10. That blows my mind. But yeah, you know, this is just a staple in my portfolio. Going back to my portfolio, this is the 4th largest holding, roughly $3,300. I also have 30 shares of this. And I was lucky to get this when it was under a 4% yield. Now, looking at dividend.com, we can see that it has a payout ratio of 61%, and I also like that very much. 46 years of growing that dividend, which is amazing. It's about to become a dividend king, which is when a company raises its dividends for 50 plus years. So that's very exciting. I would like to see this closer to the 4% range just before I start buying more. But this is a stock that I am holding generationally. If you don't know what that means, it's basically stocks that I literally have no intentions of ever selling. And one day when I pass, my children or fiance will inherit that. And I would hope that that doesn't happen for a very, very long time. And by the time it does happen, those payouts, those dividend payouts I'm receiving are enough to, help them in any financial way. But yeah, we'll get into that in another video about generational wealth. And the final stock, this is one I'm really excited for, and that is Disney, Walt Disney Company. Interesting fact about this, I recently read an article, and it said this company on average doubles in stock price every 5 to 6 years. And that just blows my mind. Every 5 to 6 years, the stock price doubles. You've probably seen Disney talked about a lot because of the streaming service coming out, but this is such a well-diverse brand. They have really capitalized on their brand the last few years. They bought ESPN a few years back. Now they own all the Marvel, Star Wars rights. So they are just growing like crazy. If you look at the market cap, it's worth $238 billion. But this one's a little different because the dividend is not that high. It's around 1.5% or so. And it only pays out semi-annually, which means twice a year instead of what most companies do, which is quarterly. And this only has 2 years of dividend growth, but it only has a 25% payout ratio, which is unfathomably low. Part of it is a little aggravating because I feel like they should be paying the shareholders more just because they are making so much money. But you know what? They will continue to raise that dividend. I'm confident in that. And, this thing has a lot of room to grow in the coming years. I would hope that with Disney Plus streaming service coming out at I believe, November of 2019, I think that they are going to compete with Netflix. I think that they have so many within the film and television industry. They own the rights to so many shows and movies. I feel like they are going to dominate that space. But I hope this continues to be a dividend company and growing that dividend. But this is a stock that not only I own, but both of my children, I bought it in their accounts as well. And this is really a big stock that I look forward to handing over to them when I am no longer here. Not to sound all, whatever. But I have 35 shares of this as well. It's worth $4,700. I did make it a goal of mine earlier in the year to buy more of this, but it's been on such a tear lately. I would like to wait for a little pullback if possible before buying more. But yeah, those are 3 stocks that are by far my favorites. I really want to start talking more about long-term dividend investing. So yeah, these are 3 stocks that I plan on never selling, continuously growing them. These are 3 stocks that I know in the long future will be a big part of how I am able to be financially free with the dividends that I am receiving from them. But that is all I have for you guys this time. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.